pretend to be a reporter and then email them and see if I can get them going. And I emailed tons of
Dude, it's so funny.
I have multi-level marketing memes. Damn it, I'm gonna pull some up. So I don't even remember what Pure Romance was, something like. And I take the picture of their CEO and I put a quote underneath them. He said like, our business model is a pyramid made of cock rings.
This is the Bill Squire Show.
And it's been a pretty impressive glow up, yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Bill Squire Show. I am Bill Squire. I'm here with @TommyLC and @AJ DeCosimo, and we are talking with @Palmer Trolls, Ben Palmer. He is pretty famous on TikTok and Instagram, and he's a guy that I've known for 15 years now, I feel like.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I started comedy over 13 years ago. And
yeah, and I knew you right when you started. So
yeah.
And you're killing it, man. Like, so just to give people an idea of what you do, if they're not familiar, you are kind of this very unique account where you will go on Facebook and reply to different comments that people leave as like a Walmart account or a Target account and kind of mess with them. And it's really clever and really funny. And also, I know it's a ton of work.
I think it's easier than I think it's not that hard, but it's just like, I think I'm just so used to doing it. I've been doing it for like 8 years or something. So it's just like second nature. I'm like, all right, here we go.
Right. But like, you have to like make all these accounts and you always have to like ask people like help you. Like, you're like, hey, you got a dead Facebook account so I can change the name and change stuff.
Yeah.
And
like, it takes work to do that. Now that has helped people since I've become like more notable, or people started following me on TikTok. One time I just made a post asking for accounts. If people had like spare accounts they could lend me that they didn't use anymore. And that kept me afloat. It still keeps me afloat. I still have those accounts that I use. So like, if Facebook suspends one, I just log into another. And with one account, you can make, several pages. So, depending on what's happening on any various corporations' Facebook page, I can jump on there and pretend to be them, hopefully.
Yeah, and so
Seems like so much work.
It is so much because you also have to like go through like, and it's not like you're going to like these fun, lighthearted conversations. You're going into like the angriest people on the internet and fucking with them, and it's like it's the best kind of trolling there is. It's like it's a situation where you're making people that are being hateful and ignorant and like entitled and making them feel stupid for being that way.
Yeah.
Do they ever figure it out and go, oh, I was the person, and like contact you and like try and like find you on like TikTok or something?
No, that's never happened ever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's going to happen eventually. Hopefully it's not when they're like, don't come to my show and shoot me dead or something.
Yeah, right. Which the reason you're on the show is you have a live show this Sunday at the Grog Shop, December 5th. And you can get those tickets by going to the Grog Shop's website, grogshop.gs.
Yeah. Or you can just go to palmertrolls.com, my handle, and then, you'll five your way there from there.
Great. And so how are these live shows coming together, man? Because these are really like you've always been like a very funny stand-up, and then you also like do like almost a presentation of some of your trolls and your stories and stuff like that. And how's that been like being received by people?
It's the best thing I can do. I had to like pretty much drop doing regular stand-up and just do this because it like my regular stand-up, at least where I left it, just couldn't follow the presentation. So I was like, well, why am I trying to do the regular stand-up anymore when people like the presentation way more?
Right. No, and the presentations are great. Do you
yeah. Do I what?
do you do like a little bit of stand-up like off the bat, just like kind of introducing things and then go to and then that's got to be kind of difficult to figure out how to order, because like when you're making a set for comedy, you want to make sure like like this is the closer, this is the one that like everybody's gonna like love. But I feel like when you're doing a presentation like you're doing, like you're not you have to really workshop it to figure out which one's like the best one to close the show with.
Totally. Yeah. I think more so like the opener and closer, I think I have down, but it's more so like finding what flows in the middle of the show has been my biggest challenge. Like, yeah, sometimes I don't know. It's like, I feel like maybe there's like a lull or a drop off or something. I'm like, okay, what do I do to fix that, to keep people engaged like more? So I'm definitely working on it. As each show I do, I try to take notes, record it and figure out how I can improve it. Because I mean, it's going to help. These two shows in Columbus and Cleveland this weekend are going to help, and I'll have more notes, I'm sure, afterwards on how to make things flow better. But yeah, I mean,
how'd you come up with this idea? Like this is such a unique thing to do and time consuming. And like you said, you have it down now, but it's not really anything I've seen before. And I haven't seen anybody else even try and copy it.
That's great. I think it just started like with me posting shit on Facebook. It started, I would do stock photos. This is back before stock photos were like really popular and like memeable. Like stock photos, obviously now you've seen them, but this is like, I don't know, maybe in the beginning of stock photos, I would post them on Facebook and then write my own caption for them. And they would always just be like ridiculous, like perverted or dark or something to go with like this cheesy, happy stock photo. Someone said, hey, you should do a show of these stock photos. I said, okay, let's try it. So that was the first show I ever did where I did like a multimedia set. I literally just put stock photos on a screen, and then I was in like the back booth behind the audience, like voicing the stock photos with the lines that I wrote for them. And that
went over great.
Yeah, it went over great. People liked it. And so I was like, all right. And shortly after that, I started pretending to be corporations and doing customer service responses to angry customers on Facebook. And then, so I started incorporating that. And then, stock photos kind of faded away. And yeah, now it's just like the show, I just keep doing stuff and one thing leading to another kind of thing. And that's where the show ends up. It just goes wherever the hell it is, wherever it goes. I mean, just keep trying to do new stuff and create.
And a new thing you're doing is like you're getting people on the phone now. And like, have you seen these? Like
I've heard of them.
Okay, so he's calling corporations, like asking for quotes on, like, he's like, this isn't what you're seeing, like talking like to like corporations like the Kellogg's about like the strike or whatever. Which one? And just be like, yeah, you guys aren't, you're not saying that you want to chop them up and make them fruit. Well, I can't remember exactly what it is. I also don't want to give it away because I'm sure
it's okay. One of them was like, I think one of the first corporations I was emailing. So what I do is I have a domain called coloradointimes.com, and there's no such thing as Colorado in time, but there's the Coloradoan. So people, I think, just like before thinking about it, they give me, they assume that, okay, this is like a legit news source emailing us. I think I've heard the Coloradoan Times. So I'll email, I think what you're referring to is like some companies' employees were going on strike. Frito-Lay was going on strike because
that's the one, yeah.
People had died in the warehouse. And so I emailed them. I would take their statement and change it around and write like a satirical version of their statement. And they started responding. And then we just got in like a back and forth that just never ended. And then, I screenshot all that stuff and then share it and kind of present it. Another one was notable was Elon Musk. That was, I won't give that away because it's one of my bits I like to do on stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elon Musk, I emailed a meme to SpaceX of Elon Musk saying just a made up quote I made of him that says, we can use the rocks on Mars to feed starving people. And they
and like that's the best part of it is like, but he plays it so serious that makes it so funny where they're like, he's like, I'm just trying to confirm if he said this or not. And they're like, of course he didn't say that. Why would he say that? He's like, so he didn't say that they could. And like,
I have a question.
Yeah.
What makes you decide to pick a certain thing to go after? Like, do you have like a checklist of like qualifications? You're just like, does it meet this? And then I attack it.
Yeah, because one thing I've learned is, I try to do it to entities or people that I think my fans or people who following will qualify as deserving it.
You're always trying to punch up.
Yeah. I guess that's like, you're right. You can say it that way, right? So like, yeah, I've done stuff before where people are like, no, this isn't funny. This person's just being nice. But when it comes to like billion-dollar CEOs, I don't think people have much empathy or sympathy for that shit. They're like, fair game, right? So I used to mess with these multi-level marketing companies.
That's fantastic. Like that's literally doing like, that's the best thing you can do as a human is fuck with those, like, because they're so predatory. So like, fuck them.
Yeah, I know. Well, so I started messing with like the Facebook groups, and then I was like, well, these people, I almost kind of see them after a while as like almost like victims. They're like in this little brainwashed cult, and they're so very defensive of their multi-level marketing, and they're getting screwed over by those people at the top of the pyramid. And so I think actually that was like one of the first inspirations for emailing people. I was like, let me just go after see if I can get someone from the top of the pyramid at these multi-level marketing companies. I'm like, well, how do I do that? They're not on Facebook. And so I don't know when I thought of this, but like, let's pretend to be a reporter and then email them and see if I can get them going. And I emailed tons of Dude,
it's so funny.
I have multi-level marketing memes. Damn it, I'm gonna pull some up. So I don't even remember what Pure Romance was, something like. And I take the picture of their CEO and I put a quote underneath them. And he said like, our business model is a pyramid made of cock rings.
You also, I think you're using like a CBS Akron. So like, because CBS 19 is like in Cleveland. So like you're using CBS Akron to get, and I like, that's like a nice little hometown nod because you're from the area.
Yeah, because if you Google Colorado and Times, you start to see my material come up. So I have to kind of shift around a little bit. And so, yeah, CBS Akron, there's no CBS Akron, but there is a CBS Akron in Texas. And then there's a CBS 19 in Ohio. So I like took the logo for CBS 19, got the domain CBS Akron just because it was available. And then just put that in there and then put the number for like CBS Akron of Houston or of Texas in there. So then if they call, it goes to a switchboard and they're like, okay, this is legit, you know.
That's
so much goes into this.
Right. And you're like, oh, it's not a lot of work.
Yeah.
You're just fucking, you're like, it's not a lot of work. All you have to do is buy several domains.
Right.
You route the number through a switchboard. Like, it's so much work, but
build a pyramid of cock rings.
Who's like the highest level person you've gotten to respond?
The CEO of Chick-fil-A. That was like the actual CEO of Chick-fil-A. Whoa. Yeah. So that was during Pride Month. So I was like, well, let's see. All the companies changed their logo to the Pride Month logo. And you're like, okay, we know everyone supports Pride, blah, blah, blah. Right. But I was like, well, who are the companies that aren't changing their logo? Who we know? I want to know who those companies are. Right. So then I had a meme I made of Chick-fil-A from years ago that was like the Chick-fil-A logo, but it was Pride version. And so then I emailed that to like a bunch of people at Chick-fil-A, and one of them was the CEO. And then like nothing happened. And then a couple of weeks later, I got an email back and it said, this is not an authorized use of our logo. And it was the actual CEO of Chick-fil-A himself.
That's incredible.
So I responded. One thing I noticed, it was weird because he sent this email like at a random time during the week, but it happened to fall on a Sunday. It was like 1 a.m. on a Sunday.
That's awesome.
And, Chick-fil-A is supposed to be closed on Sunday. So I wrote him back and I said, this is not an authorized use of the Lord's day.
Now, what's the one that blew you up on TikTok? Because I mean, I know you have a bunch on TikTok now, and like he's got 2 million followers on TikTok, and like what, 50,000 on Instagram?
I think only 20,000 on Instagram, but
they better catch up, Instagram. But
you're
you're doing great on TikTok, and like I'm and I love the way like you deliver the material. Like you're not like, there's a lot of people that like they're over the top, like, oh my God, I did this thing and blah, 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 and like all energy. You're just dry as can be. And I like, you're not moving at all. You're just like deadpan into the camera. Like, so I emailed the CEO and but it makes it so much funnier.
What's your great white whale? Like, what's one thing you're just like, ooh, you're just like chomping at the bit to get to?
Okay, we got 2 questions right now. So what's the one that blew you up on TikTok? And then the answer AJ's question.
Oh, the first video that did well on TikTok was so when I started posting videos on TikTok, it was when we got shut down. And I knew I wanted to post on TikTok. I just never did. And then I was like, well, no better time than now. I had like a green screen that I bought, never used it. And I was like, all right, let's do this. But like I had been performing this material on stage for years and like honing like an act. And so then I was like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to put all my best stuff out there on TikTok and see what happens. Honestly, I didn't know what was going to happen because I'm like, TikTok's all these young kids. Are they going to give a shit about Facebook posts? So I was like, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. But anyways, the first one was, so it was back when Target changed their bathroom dressing policy. So people that like transgender people could use the restroom that corresponded with their gender identity. And like, this was like a huge hot button topic. And Target got a ton of trolls on their page. Long story short, I think this person, Lane, wrote this huge paragraph and it said, please change the dressing policy back to the common sense one because pedophiles may enter these areas. And then she said some other stuff. And so then I responded as an account called just as pedophiles. And I said, we're going to enter these areas regardless of what the bathroom policy is. That was the first one that did well.
That's so true because we will.
You're like, for them. Jeff Bezos I've tried messing with Jeff Bezos for a long time. I think someone from Blue Origin thought a meme I sent to them was funny, like their press person.
Oh, that's funny.
It was something like, if the US tries to tax at the time it was 170 billion, I'll simply just send it off Earth to one of my space colonies. There are no taxes in space. And they thought that was funny. Let's see. When he went, okay, so here, this one's ridiculous. This was before he went to space. Damn it, I'm trying to search. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but
do you have them all like indexed, like labeled and stuff like that so you can find them pretty quickly?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, yeah, for the most part. Okay, so this was during Prime Day. I made an account that just called Amazon and commented on one of their posts and said, folks, we're coming to you with our hat on our hearts. Please support Amazon Prime Day so Jeff Bezos can make it to space. And then made like a fake Google ad that says, help Jeff Bezos. He's a little short on cash and may not make it to space. Please, it's very important to him that he sees space. Donate today to make his dreams come true. And someone's like, Prime Day is just so Bezos can go to space. And I responded like, all proceeds go to Jeff so he can visit space. Yes. And then I swear to God, a few months later, he went to space and then he thanked all of his customers for quote unquote paying for all this.
So it almost like, it came true.
Yeah.
And so like you'll make those Facebook ads or you'll make the Google ads too. Like, are those Photoshopped or like, are you like doing like a cheap ass Google ad to make it look?
Someone messaged me and was like, by the way, you can do this, right? You don't have to pay for them. Because all I do is go in there and you fill out the little form to make your ad. And then before you like go to the next screen to like buy the ad, you just take a screenshot of it. And then I send that out to people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Bezos, I went to great lengths to try to get his attention. He goes to these random like rich people resorts and stuff. So I would like reach out to the city. I emailed like the airport. I made a domain called the Bezos Family Foundation, which he has, and then I was emailing it and pretending to be his mom, which I didn't know I was pretending to be his mom. I just saw my name as Jackie, and then I saw that his mom's name was Jackie. I'm like, all right, well, this works out.
Let's roll with it.
So I was emailing people saying, hey, he's got some exotic animals. Do you know what forms we need to fill out? Shit like that. Just trying to get just ridiculous requests.
And has there ever been like any legal repercussions or anything?
No, like Google, people will report my shit on when I do stuff like that. They'll think I'm fishing, so they'll report it for phishing, and then Google will just shut it down.
Yeah.
There was one newspaper. I was pretending to be like a real newspaper, which I usually try not to do, but I was like, well, let's see what happens. If they say to stop doing it, then I'll stop doing it. And they emailed me and they're like, cease and desist. I'm like, okay, I will cease and desist.
Yeah, all right, fine. But you can't stop CBS Akron.
Yeah, that's right. There's no CBS Akron, so no one's gonna tell me to stop.
This is amazing. This is like second level. The closest I ever came to this is, do you remember when I posted that Indeed post?
What was
about
Indeed?
Hugh Jackson, the Browns
Oh,
coach?
yeah.
And I posted an Indeed job posting as the Cleveland Browns, and I linked everything to the Cleveland Browns.
I've done I've done some change.org petitions. Like I did one last year to have the Pittsburgh Steelers banished from the league. Stuff like that. Like it just like so, but like the links that you go to is really, really intense. And I'm glad it's finally like paying off in like a big way now. Like I really hope people come see your shows because they are really fun. I'm gonna be in Detroit, or else I'd be there.
Cool. Where are you gonna be in Detroit?
The Magic Bag with Todd Barry.
Oh, nice. Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that actually. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. But if you are in Cleveland and you are looking for a very unique, funny comedy show, check out Ben Palmer at the Grog Shop this Sunday. And follow him on Instagram and TikTok at Palmer Trolls. And it's some of the funniest, most unique content you've seen on the internet.
Thanks, Bill. I listened to Todd Barry's book. It was pretty good about going on the road and stuff like that.
I should check that out.
Yeah,
he's like a comedy hero. Like
Same.
Remember the late 90s, early 2000s, they do like the half-hour Comedy Central Presents, and his was like one of my like top 5 like that I'd watch almost every week. Like me and my friends, we recorded them all off the TV. So like we watched Nick Swartzen's again and again. We watched Dane Cook's again and again. We'd watch Mitch Hedberg again and again. And then Todd Barry was like right with those 4. And like, it's so funny. And then he released an album a couple years after that recording. That's still one of the, like the joke about the lady with the worst tattoo, where she's got, he goes, I said, I like your tattoo. It's a smiley face. And she goes, no, it's a picture of my baby.
I want to watch that Comedy Central Presents now.
Yeah, it's a classic.
That's awesome.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you get going. Again, check out Palmer Trolls on TikTok and Instagram, and have a great show on Sunday, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks. I appreciate you having me on. Thanks, you guys.
No problem.
All right, later.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too. Oh, see you, puppy.
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
So happy. I have something to watch this winter.
I know, right? It's I don't even need to get league pass because I can just watch the Cavs. I don't need to watch the other teams to try and have some joy from basketball. That was a good one. That is a good one.
Way to come back.
Yeah.
From that delightful
there's like a chunk of subscribers that we have that are just
they're just here for the burps, and I love it.
Here for the burps.
And I welcome them with open arms.
Yeah, we're yeah.
I think that they're fantastic. Do they?
And your comes gonna smell good because you're drinking pineapple.
I know it does. Yeah. Nobody has said that they
came
are here
for
for
the
my
burps?
Yeah, no.
It's awesome.
Here for the
One of
burps.
these days we'll get
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd do it.
some naked burps. You got some memes?
I do. I didn't know if you wanted
Yeah,
that though.
I forgot. Yeah, we do need to send them. Should we close with the memes since she hasn't? Whatever. Just send them over. I can set it up pretty quickly, and I can always edit it out.
Yeah.
it's how's thing. I got so drunk last week, guys.
Oh my
yeah?
god, dude! I
We know.
watched you get out of my car.
How was that? Did I do a good job?
It was.
Was it flawless? Was it like I wasn't even drunk?
It was no. It was an emotional roller coaster.
What happened?
No, you don't remember getting out of my car?
I don't
You don't
remember.
remember?
I remember I did a set and I fucking crushed.
You don't remember like
You did, you
accosting
did.
Joe Briggs? You like grabbed.
Oh,
him.
I knew that, but only because of the picture.
Well, yeah,
Like there's
yeah.
a picture of it, but I
No, dude,
like
you were getting like real into it. I was like, boy, I hope you didn't get to fuck Joe Briggs.
I was having a
This would
good
be
night.
delightful.
Yeah.
No,
But that's that fucking. I remember crushing that set, and then like I remember Joe Briggs getting there and like holding him up against the wall and be like, "I'm so happy to see you." And, like,
yeah.
and like, but him being terrified while he did that.
I don't think he was terrified. I
The
think
picture he looked terrified.
I think he was playing for
Yeah,
the camera.
yeah.
But he was happy on the
Yeah.
inside.
I'm sorry, this is like.
I don't know if you remember this, but I went on after you. I
Yeah.
did well. And the guy that went up
You
after
did
both
well,
of
yeah.
us, it was like his first time doing it.
Oh really?
And then he like leaves and he's pissed. He's like so mad. I've never seen him before.
Oh no, that's not a guy that was his first time.
Oh,
That guy's
really?
been doing it for years.
I don't
That's
know.
KR.
No,
Not that
wasn't
guy.
it. No.
Because there's another guy that got mad too.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that guy. I know he's been doing it for years,
Yeah.
but there was another dude who was there for his first time, and I'm not going to say the name of the comic, but he was like he left because I know who you're talking
Okay.
about. But no, he left and he was just like, oh, he was like, this is my first time, and they put me up after professional comedians. But in my head, I'm just like, I always wanted to go out after professional comedians.
You really?
I always
feel like I
wanted to,
wouldn't
like him going up after Mary or Bill because they got the laughs.
We
I'm
got
like,
him paying attention. Yeah.
yeah, you got him paying
Yeah.
attention. And not only that, I wanted to crush everyone that came before me.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
a competition. thing.
Right. But
Okay.
I'm guessing he didn't do
No,
that?
I don't think this is his first time doing it. I don't think he's wise enough. He's too green to understand
Yeah.
that we got them laughing for him.
Did he get laughs? I didn't see a set.
No, I didn't see a set either.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. From what I understand, though, is he cleared the room.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think he got laughs. No.
Well, that's
That's surprising.
but that's actually in reality, that's a very good lesson because now he's got to either sack up and do it again and be like, okay, that wasn't like I got to get better, or he won't do it again, which is I think fine.
Probably the better move.
Well, like no, but like if you're new, like
Give
listen,
up
I've gone up.
now.
I was in that situation when I was a newer comic where you go up after people that knew what they're doing and you fucking stink.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, I got to get better. Like that's a motivating factor
Right.
for me
Yeah, I would
where I'd be
like-
like, I want to be able to like ride that wave and then do better than them, make them think, oh, who the fuck were those
guys
guys before him? Like and
every
he-
time I did that, I wanted to be the best guy the crowd saw that night.
yeah,
In my head,
Yeah.
it wasn't like at the expense of my friends,
right. No,
but it was just like I wanted to be the,
You wanna
the
be-
showstopper
yeah.
Mhm.
every single time. And I'll even go a step further. Like, why didn't he approach the people that knew what they're doing and ask them for
Right.
tips?
I would
do
have
that.
held them up against the wall and given
Yeah,
them
I
some
would.
tips.
I would have taken.
Get out of the
them
way, Joe. I got a new.
Oh my god! But going back to
You know the kid's name though?
I do know his name. I don't know his real name. Let's just say
Oh, he goes by
he goes by
stage
alias,
name.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay. So going back to you getting out of my car, you were like sat there for a second. You like did one of these. Well, I'm getting out. I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, I'll see it. He's just like, I'm like, do you need me to like, I'll help you get upstairs? He's like, nope. I'm so good. And then you like open my door, and then you do another one of these, and then you like turn, you get one leg out. You
Been
sit
there.
there for a second, and then you get your other one out, and then you like lift yourself up, and then you start like kind of shuffle into the
Yeah.
door and off into the sunset. That was the last I
That's
saw.
well, when I woke up
Don't
the
you
next
wish you
morning.
No, I'm okay because I get to remember this.
Right?
Yeah, when I woke up because I know that like I ate some more pizza before I went to bed. I was like, I gotta do that, but then I threw up that pizza because but I was like I should throw up. That like it was a
Yeah, you
preemptive
needed
one.
it.
So
Yeah.
I've drank too much now. I'm gonna get some of this out of here. And then I should have remembered that I should have went back and ate more pizza after I threw up
Mhm.
because I did it in the wrong order. I should have puked, then ate pizza, but I ate pizza, then puked, and then the next day was real bad. And when I went into the kitchen, there was like the pizza was on my oven, but it was all like stacked up. And I look at the floor and there's like pizza sauce on the floor. I'm like, oh, the pizza fell on the floor.
Oh. But it's back on the stove now.
Yeah, but it's like I cleaned it up, but it was like all in a pile. It was a pyramid scheme of pizza.
So check this out. Do you want to hear an epic tale about a drunk friend of mine?
Yes.
So this was years ago. He's my good friend. His name's Will. We're at a New Year's Eve party. He gets destroyed.
Yeah.
So he has his girlfriend take him to Taco Bell, and he's just like, and it's like a real long line, and he's just like, hey, let's just go home. Like I'll make something there. He's like, okay, and then he goes to like vomit out the window, but he didn't roll the window down. So he vomits on the window.
No.
And he's just like, I'm so sorry. I will have this detailed. I will clean this, and I will have it detailed. So he takes her home. Yeah.
That's very nice.
They go home, and he like walks inside. He realizes he's like, oh, I should eat something. So he like makes some toast.
Yeah.
And he realizes he's like, oh fuck, I don't have any butter. There's no butter in the house. So he's like, whatever. So he just like starts eating dry toast. And then he's like walking up the steps. He's just like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, then I'm going to bed. So he puts like the toast on the banister of like the steps, and then he goes to the bathroom, and then he goes to bed. And then the next morning he like wakes up and he's like, oh God. He's like, like hung over, and he's like feeling terrible, and he's like, doing this, and then he like goes to itch his nuts, and he pulls his hand out, his hand's covered in crumbs. He's just like, what? And then he's like going out here further. He put that piece of toast in his gooch.
Why?
I don't know. It's the drunk mind. I don't know. He's just like, oh God, it's like this is just fucking mangled piece of toast in his gooch.
The drunkest I've ever been was I was working with Jim Jeffries. It's actually the album cover for Decisions Are Made.
I've seen that
so
picture.
If you have seen that, it's a very, very drunk night for me. Like because I was Jim Jeffries likes to drink a lot, and we had worked together before in Indianapolis, so like we knew each other. So like he knew I was fun, he knew I was funny, and so he's like, let's have a good weekend and like party and drink and stuff like that. So we're drinking at the bar after the show, and we were drinking all through the show. Like I'm going toe to toe with Jim Jeffries for a little while. But Jim Jeffries can drink like nobody's business. And I am so drunk. And my brother drove, so he's driving me home. I lived in Medina at the time. And like on the way home, I'm like, put the window down. He's like, what? I'm like, put my window down. And he's like, okay, I'm like, in Chrysler. And then I just start puking out the window, but he didn't slow down that much. Like it was coming right then. So like it wasn't like he had time to pull over. So like the next morning I go to clean out my car or like look at my car, and it's just puke all down the side of the car. Disgusting. It was so disgusting. That's like amazing. To the point like it was even like the windowsill, like I could never really get that out. Like it was like it was so bad. All right, let's do some memes.
Well, yeah, because the acid from your stomach ate away at the paint. That's
probably
that's exactly what happened. Yeah, you could. That's why you couldn't get it out.
No, it was like it was in the like there was like in the window, like the rubber part.
Oh, that's so.
It was just like on the outside.
Saving it. Well, you got a little stack from later.
Yeah, right.
I don't like
it was very bad.
Ugh. Definitely puked in my purse a time or two.
Oh, yeah.
Literally twice.
Purse.
Yeah, in the purse. Like, yeah. Camping, one of our medieval LARPing events. I went inside our van to take a nap, and apparently I puked like into my purse that was on the floor. My friend comes in and sees that I did. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna be so mad when you wake up in the morning." Yeah, disgusting.
All right, now let's do some Tom memes.
Memes. All right, I don't know why this one is 100% true, but it says cake is just gay bread.
It totally is.
Isn't it?
It is. That's bread that likes to get fucked by other men.
That's very funny.
Or women, depending on what.
Yeah, whatever gender it is.
We've got Taylor Swift on top. We've got, the coronavirus on the bottom. It says, I'm going to put out new versions of my old releases every few months.
That's a very clever meme.
That's so true.
Good jobby.
Thanks. I didn't make it.
I know, but whoever did.
This one is, what was this called again?
Squid Game.
Squid Game. It's the, what is it?
So it was like I can't remember. It's like when they have the
honey or whatever,
yeah,
sugar.
Crisp thing, the sugar crisp
Did
thing.
you
They have to like use a pin to get the shape out, and he had a really complicated shape, so he's using the pin, and then he realized if he like flips it over and licked it, it would dissolve the really thin area of the shape. So,
Yeah.
but in this meme, it's
Rihanna's ass.
yeah,
And now he's licking Rihanna's
I feel the
ass.
same way that
Yeah.
man does.
it's a good ass.
She does have a really good butt.
It's a nice butt.
Now this one,
This is a classic.
yeah. It's a McCafe sign. What do you call that? It's not a sign.
It's
What
a
is
cup.
the logo.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
So it was like the mittens,
Yes.
and then someone made it look like
I
the mittens were
literally,
hands.
I saw them as mittens.
Did
I'm
you?
Like, yeah, I don't.
No,
I'm like,
that's
I
just
don't get this.
An ass cheeks.
But I'm not a pervert.
Oh, okay.
No,
Can you see it now?
I can see it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like paying attention to it for a while. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I
Which-
did not see
The
it.
most upsetting thing about this is you don't want anybody licking your ass after you eat McDonald's.
No, absolutely not.
Oh,
McRibs, like,
Ugh,
ooh,
yeah,
that's bad.
bleh.
This one I sent to you guys.
that felt so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Browns fan watching Cincinnati beat Steelers.
And I like it.
Yeah, this is 100% my husband's girlfriend is a Cincinnati fan, so they were watching the game on Sunday, and he posted it. I'm like,
Do you guys like? Does she hang out at your house?
she's never been to our house.
Oh.
Miles has never been to our house.
Okay.
Mainly, she's from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
and they usually kind of meet up like in that
Okay.
Columbus
So
area. Yeah.
oh, so like they'll meet up together. Okay.
Yes, yeah,
okay.
or he'll go all the way out there.
Yeah.
And me and her actually are friends online.
Yeah.
And
So you're like pal.
yeah, I think we would get along.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's very progressive. It's
This is very progressive. What were we about to say?
You answered my question.
What?
I was like, have you ever met?
Oh,
But, yeah.
no. Brandon and Miles haven't, mainly just because their schedules. But and then me and her just the distance. One day. All right, this one.
This one really cracks me up.
It's guys, abs, and porta potties.
Porta potty doors.
Which is which.
So silly.
That is silly.
Oh gosh, I didn't crop any of these.
He can do
It's
it.
okay.
Yeah. No one. Old TVs at 3 a.m. Crack.
It's so true.
Why did they do that?
Probably because of something with the tube inside.
Yeah, the tube,
Mhm.
I think, and like maybe some sort of
Like
like
static.
static buildup.
Did-
Because remember, you remember like those TVs,
Oh,
like if
yeah.
you put your hand next to it, like
Mhm.
you could
Like
like
static.
you could almost
Shock.
like wipe it off.
Yeah.
Like you could feel like static on it. And it was very
It's
strange.
Weird.
And then it's like, yeah, this should be fun in a person's home.
All right.
Like,
This is
you skipped one.
Well, I'm gonna go to this one
Okay.
first. Okay, so this is a McDonald's sign, and the town is Yas.
Ah,
This is my ass open 6 a.m.
That's so good.
that's so hard.
And
to
then
open your
did you
ass.
see the other ones? Like, there's a ton of them. It just says currently in a place called Yas, but on maps it just seems like everyone's super excited. So it's like McDonald's, Yas, KFC, Yas,
Domino's Pizza, yes.
Yas Engineering. I don't know why that was so funny to me.
It's very
And
funny.
that's it.
Oh, very good.
You have
Second
great names,
names.
Tommy.
Good memes. Let's get back to the regular format. People did love last week's episode, even though
Yeah.
uh,
It was just-
the audio got a little messed up. But
Oh my
it
god,
was
so
very
many
funny.
people wanted to talk to me about Columbo last
Yeah?
week.
Dude, I've watched so much
Isn't it
Columbo.
so good?
I really love it.
I know,
do
it's
love
like-
it.
it's
I really
good.
do love it.
It's good. He's a great character.
He's a great character, and he's so interesting and so sweet. I love how he always brings up his wife. He's like, my wife's on.
Yeah. It's so good.
And I thought it was going to be a little more cliche with the just one more thing.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's not that.
No, it's
He will do that from time to time, but it's not like the like CSI where like he was taking off the
Yeah, he
sunglasses
takes
thing.
it off.
Like they didn't make
It's-
it like a.
It's very
catchphrase.
organic.
Yeah,
how the
yeah.
just one more thing
Comes
thing
up,
sort of
yeah.
happened. Did you watch it?
No,
Did you try it?
I haven't had the
It's so
time
good.
yet.
It's very fun.
It's fun.
Could they reboot it?
I don't want him to.
I don't want him to
because
he
it's
played it
Peter
so
Falk
good.
is,
It is.
Columbo, and nobody else can be Columbo.
It is.
I did
It
have
kinda
an idea.
Like I imagine anybody else playing the Fonz.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
I
can't.
could. Yeah.
Yeah, or you know,
Mhm.
I did have an idea for what was it? It was like a sketch where it's like Columbo, but he's in a episode of the first 48. Where it's like because on the show it is all rich people.
it
Like,
is. It's all high society.
yeah, and it's very like that's another aspect of the show that I really like is like high society back then is so like it's like when you say hoity-toity, that was hoity-toity.
Yeah.
Like now there's something different about high society, like it's more manufactured and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but like this is like people that have like generational money and like these giant estates, and then like the old cars that they're driving and stuff like that. It's there's a lot of different things to appreciate about the show, and it's well made and well written, and they're never in a like, they are longer episodes, but I really don't mind because
it never feels slow,
because they let you, like, they actually develop characters. Like Columbo's the only real reoccurring character, but for you to even give a fuck in the show, you have to almost kind of sometimes want them to get away with it.
Yeah,
and they do a good job of that.
yeah.
But
I'll have to watch it.
and my favorite thing is every once in a while he'll catch somebody and they'll be like, all right, you got me, Columbo. Shake his hand. I'm like, no, I would do that.
I mean, here's the way I look at it. It's just like 80% of it, it's like total bullshit fantasy police work.
Yeah.
But like the 20% of it that's real is like people talk their way into handcuffs all the time.
Yeah.
And like that's like totally real.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the shit that he
if you watch the first 48, that's what they're doing on that show.
Yeah, it's like they talk themselves into handcuffs, and then you just sort of like watch the show, and you're just like, and a lot of the shit that he's getting is circumstantial evidence.
Yeah,
like, it's like, I don't know how well this would hold up.
Right, but it's still, you can kind of get suspend disbelief a little bit. But they also, like, I thought they were going to telegraph stuff more, but they don't. They really do make it like you're trying to figure it out along with Columbo. Now he's got to figure it out. But you're figuring out how he's going to pin it on him. Yeah. Because like they're like, oh, you can't do anything with this. And there's an episode where there's one of the team, like this guy owns a sports team.
Oh my God, that's one of our favorite episodes.
It's so good because you don't know what the giveaways until the very end.
Yeah, and then it's like,
and as soon as it happens, you're like,
the show's been out for almost 50 years. I'll just say, like he's like listening to like an audio tape, like a conversation. I just like, I'm listening for something that seems out of place.
Yeah.
Something that just doesn't sound right, to know that I know that
you weren't here.
You were here when he was, and you were faking this phone call.
Yeah.
And then I found it. And then he's just like, well, what could it possibly be? And then all of a sudden the clock, like the grandfather clock,
that's
like
in his suite, it starts dinging.
Yeah, and then like the camera sort of does like the zoom. He's just like,
yeah, and it's the clock, like that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
It's so great.
It's so good.
But like we didn't, because they never like did anything with the clock. Like it wasn't.
No, it's there, but it's so subtle.
Yeah.
But now that you're looking back on it, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, they had it there the whole time.
It's so good.
It's very good.
All right, the rest of this episode will not be about Columbo.
All right, let's do it.
This is now a Columbo.
I think it's
podcast.
my turn to do jokes for the.
Go ahead. Go do jokes.
The Beatles Get Back documentary hit Disney Plus earlier this week. Season 2 isn't expected for quite some time, but rumor has it is that one of our favorite characters gets killed off.
Oh, no. That's a great joke.
Thank you. Did you watch it? Did you guys
I haven't
watch
watched
it?
it.
It's unfucking believable.
Really?
I will check it.
It's so good. That
The Beatles were a music group.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
a music group.
This one's about right.
Yeah. Real obscure. Niche
That's why I'm
group from
excited because I
60s.
like to dig deep when it comes to music.
It vindicates Yoko.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It kind of paints a different picture of them. Those guys were really, really funny.
Oh, I knew that.
Like
Dude,
really
I
funny. Like
bring this
Monty
up all the
Python
time.
funny.
Well, if you've ever seen like the movies that
They're
they
so
did,
good.
they're
I used
really
to.
funny.
Yeah,
I
I used
like
to be a
those.
huge fan.
But the one of the best interview questions that they ever answered was someone goes, is Ringo the best drummer in the world? And then I think it's John or Paul. I don't know who it says. But he goes, Ringo's not even the best drummer in the Beatles.
Yes,
Paul was a really
yeah.
good drummer. But no, those guys just loved each other.
Yeah.
And you could tell.
Yeah.
But they needed a breakup. It
Yeah.
had to happen.
But it's one of those things too where it's like they didn't like. I think bands could have taken a break and just like we're just not gonna do anything for a while.
But you
Yeah.
gotta think, dude, they broke up in '69.
They only were a band for like 9 years,
I
7
know.
years.
Well, they were famous for about
Okay.
10 years. They were a band since
Okay.
the
That's right, because
mid-teens.
they were low. Yeah.
But dude, so think about it this way. They break up in '69. John Lennon is dead in 80.
Yeah.
In 1980, they were 40.
Yeah.
Like,
then
9
George
years is
Harrison-
not a long.
And then
it's not-
George Harrison died pretty young too. Like he was.
Yeah, he was like in his 60s.
Yeah.
He died in 01, I think.
Yeah.
01 or 04. He was my favorite Beatle. George
That's
Harrison.
a hipster thing to say.
Is it?
No, I don't
He
know.
wrote he wrote arguably the two best Beatles songs.
Which are?
Something.
Maxwell's.
Oh no, Paul wrote that.
Yeah.
No, he wrote Something
And
and
Yellow Submarine.
no, not Yellow Submarine. Here Comes the Sun.
Fine. My favorite Beatles songs are "Come Together," and I probably say "Here Comes the Sun" is really. I'll put that. Yeah.
I like Ringo. He's like, I wrote a song.
Across the Universe is really good. Though. I like
Yeah.
I wrote a song about an octopus.
that.
And
like,
the octopus is gone.
in the shade.
I wrote a song about an
What if he was
octopus.
Cockney?
And the octopus is gone.
All right, here's my joke. There's a man that had open heart surgery, and in his get well card from somebody, he won $1 million on a scratch off ticket, which almost pays for his surgery.
Damn.
Oh, it's ridiculous how much things cost.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
I hate it. That joke, it made me laugh, but it also made me angry.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's what I do. I mean, people
And you're so,
angry with the way
you're
the world
so
is.
good at that.
Yeah,
I get people mad at my joke.
yeah,
That's a little different.
I get people mad
at me for
the
making a
world.
joke. Yeah.
yeah. Because I point out the hypocrisies and the dark underbelly of the world.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
You point out the kingpins.
that's right.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows in
All
Bill's
right.
world.
Do a joke, please.
Anti-vax televangelist Marcus Lamb died of COVID-19 earlier today.
Darn.
His wife, Jody Lamb, begged her viewers to pray for his lungs to clear the COVID pneumonia and for him to come home. Her prayers, unfortunately, didn't come true. The good news is, though, that my prayers did.
I have a joke about him too.
Oh, good.
I'll just say the head of a Christian TV network that discouraged people to get vaccinated has died of COVID-related irony.
That's the best kind of irony.
Yeah.
That's every episode of Columbo.
Go ahead, go for it.
The world's largest collection of Star Wars memorabilia is located in Northern California Museum. And guess what else is inside? The world's largest collection of virgins.
I kind of saw that one coming.
Did you? That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But also, I like Star Wars, and I had sex a couple times. So
I like Star Wars too, and I've had sex a couple times. It was just
You like Star Wars?
Yes, but I'm a virgin.
Oh, I thought so.
Knew it.
I knew it. I knew that was all photoshopped.
Obviously.
Don't worry, Tommy. Your time will come.
Wait, eggs don't count?
Eggs do not count.
Did I send you the? It was there was.
Do you have a video with an egg?
No, there was somebody that on TikTok. I think I sent it.
A video with the
There's someone on TikTok that not yet. Trying to lose a few more pounds. But no, there's someone on TikTok. I think I couldn't find it again, but like this guy was going through x-rays and someone had an egg.
Oh
so
no, you
awesome.
didn't send
I
that
didn't
to
say,
me.
I meant to send it to you, or like I might have lost it. TikTok goes so
Was it in the
sometimes.
butt? It had to have been. In the
Yeah,
butt,
but it's like the
right?
x-ray. So like,
Yeah,
like it
you could
was,
see
yeah.
it.
You just see an egg in there. And he's like, look at that. What's the abnormality? But somebody else had like a Buzz Lightyear.
Like an
I
entire
prefer
Buzz
Woody.
Yeah. I think they're photoshopped.
Oh,
Like, I think
yeah.
but like it's still
I'm
funny.
like, that's unbelievable.
Right?
How do you get in with the wings?
Yeah.
Ugh, ugh.
What
Yeah,
was your
what if
post?
imagine a
Yeah, like
head-
what
head
if
thing
like
coming
honestly
off.
going in, the button
Oh
hits and
no.
then they shoot out.
All right, this is one of those where you didn't really have to write a joke because it's just
It's
a
just
headline.
naturally funny.
Yeah, so Brendan and Claude Lemieux are the first father-son duo in the NHL to both be suspended for biting people.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, and then like all I wrote was that's fucked up.
I
Yeah,
love that that's a stat
Yeah,
that
That
they
is.
kept.
that's like in Happy Gilmore when he's like, I hold 2 league records, most penalty minutes, and I was the only guy to take off his skate and try to stab somebody.
Oh my gosh. Tiger Woods says his days of being a full-time professional golfer are over. I'd say the same thing goes for him being a professional race car driver too.
Yeah, probably.
Car crashing guy.
Oh, he's been in a million fucking
So
car
many.
wrecks.
Yeah.
And it always fucking messes with him. Watch him win the Masters now. Prove me wrong.
Dude, that'd be the most amazing story
It'd be the
ever.
and the last time he won the
Yeah,
Masters
it
was
was
one of the
already-
greatest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. Canada is facing a maple syrup shortage.
That's really hard to say, I think.
Yeah, maple syrup shortage.
Maple syrup.
And they say that there are no negative consequences to legal marijuana.
That one was a slow burn.
Yeah,
It took me a second. That one took me a second.
Because everyone's eating it up.
Yeah.
Because they got
Because, like,
they're
you
stoned.
They're stoned and they're like, I want some pancakes.
Scientists from Tianjin University in China invented a new type of material using sperm as a more eco-friendly replacement for plastic. So I guess me jerking off all over my food and putting it in the refrigerator for later doesn't seem that crazy now, does it, Tommy?
It doesn't. Huh.
Gross.
That's interesting.
That's so
Sperm
disgusting.
plastic, yeah.
Yeah, sperm
Hey,
plastic.
gotta
I
save the
mean,
world.
Yeah, why not?
Save the turtles.
I wonder what the anti-choice people would think about that.
Well, are they that sacred about sperm too?
I don't know. You're wasting your sperm.
Yeah,
But
but
that
yeah.
should be for babies only.
Well, you're using it to save.
I know, I feed my
food,
sperm to babies all the time.
yeah. I've been meaning to tell you, you gotta stop doing that.
What?
You gotta stop feeding the babies just for.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
It's just like if you know the baby, it helps. It's a little bit
Yeah.
better.
No, it doesn't
but-
help. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
help.
Well, I'm just trying to-
What are they saying?
No.
Hey, but like it's but
I'm
like
just trying to
doing
tell.
it
I'm trying to
Is it
teach
a
you.
milk?
but
Is it a
doing it-
milk replacement?
No, I'm
doing it
trying
to
to,
strangers' babies, I think is worse.
Yeah,
no,
I
I'm
mean,
trying to
yeah, I
teach
guess.
it a lesson.
What's the lesson?
Where I'm
Cum
trying to
is
make it remember
good.
where it comes from.
Okay.
Why does she need to know?
What she? You're assuming the baby's a she.
You said she.
I said. Did I say she?
I think you
Uh,
did. I thought you said so.
I
she
thought
didn't-
they.
that
I
was
thought.
working?
But
I
whatever.
don't know.
That's okay. That's
Whatever,
fine.
Tommy.
Doesn't matter.
Thanks for stepping on the fucking joke.
I-
Last joke. 3 people have died and hundreds have been injured in Egypt because of scorpions. Apparently, Travis Scott produced their concert. But
That's
it's
so
actually a huge
special.
problem. They like had some sort of event that has like awakened or like increased climate change is like making there a lot more scorpions in Egypt, and people are getting fucked up over scorpions.
That's terrible.
Yeah, right.
I did hear something about that.
Yeah,
Fuck scorpions, dude.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like nature very much.
Did you hear my joke on the Alan Cox show?
About what?
I'll play it real
Is it
quick.
about nature?
No,
Scorpions.
it's about Travis. Well, I'll just play it. We were talking about the Beatles.
But when you see those Beatles concert footage, when girls are screaming,
Passing out.
passing out, what band is making people pass out now? Travis Scott.
Jesus Jesus Christ.
He has a point. though.
You're not wrong.
He asked the question, I answered the
You
question.
did.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you guys so much for checking out the Bill Squire Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Tell some friends about it. Follow me on TikTok now. I'm getting famous on
Yeah,
TikTok. I'm
do
coming
it.
for you. You're at 17,000.
Am I? I need to get back on there.
I'm at like almost 4,000 now. So I got
Hell
a
yeah.
long way to go, but I'm getting there.
You'll get there.
At the Bill Squire on TikTok, at Bill Squire on everything else, and then you guys at AJ DeCosimo on Instagram and
Subscribe
Twitter.
to Weekly Humorist.
Subscribe to Weekly Humorist at Tommy LC on OnlyFans and
Fansly
Fansly.
and literally almost everything else.
check me out on the Alan Cox Show as well. That's on 100.7 WMMS. Yeah, I'm
Did you
like,
forget
yeah,
for
I
a
did.
second?
Well, like I'm like going through. I'm going through which one. I'm
Right.
like, well, it's on iHeartRadio, but it's also on 100.7 WMS, and then there's also a YouTube channel. But you can check it out on all those. Just go to AlanCoxShow.com, and we'll see you guys next week. And don't forget to check out Ben Palmer at the Grog Shop this weekend. Bye.
Bye.
This is the Bill Squire Show.